Hi, welcome back today. I'm Janine from JanineWorth.com, and I help female entrepreneurs heal so that they can have the success that they desire. Now, if you've been following me longer than 5 minutes, you know that one of my core beliefs in teaching is that it doesn't matter where you start in life or what traumatic experiences you've had, you can make the change and decide to heal, and from there on in, decide to consciously create your life experiences. So today we're going to have double the fun because I have not one, but two guests, Tisha and Candice Matthew, or better known as the LOA Twins. And we're going to be talking everything to do with the law of attraction, manifesting, and bringing your desires into your experience. So welcome, LOA Twins.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So great to have you here. And I was really excited about this conversation because this is one of my favorite topics and one of the topics that I think everybody is slowly starting to become aware of. But when you're starting out, you're not quite sure how to do it. And I think often people, when they start on this process, a lot of it is just hit and miss and hope for the best. So we're going to clear all of that up today. So Tisha, why don't you tell us, how did you start your business and what is your LOA business mission?
Okay, so we started our business a year ago, and leading up to the business, we were both fully qualified teachers in secondary schools, and Candice has done some primary school work for 11 years. And last year was a huge turning point for us. We've been practicing the law of attraction since about 2012, and we really started to, consciously practice tools such as journaling and meditation, and the universe started to present opportunities for us, which we were kind of not sure what it was going to be. Like, we were getting messages to start up an online business. We were really drawn to more law of attraction practices and also more holistic therapy and connecting with our higher selves. So we started to journal about it. We call it Rise and Sparkle Journal, and we did this collaboratively. So it was like power journaling. We were both journaling about the same thing, which we'll talk about later in the interview. And then the opportunity just came about for us to start up the business, and the name literally just came overnight. Most of our guidance for the business comes in the night, and then in the morning, well, at that point in the night, we would be messaging each other like, we've just had this huge message, like, don't know what this is all about. We're supposed to start this business and it's all to do with the law of attraction. Let's be the LOA Twins. So it's literally, it sounds so simple, but that's how quickly it just literally flowed. So we set up the business. We didn't have a website. The only thing we had was Facebook. So anyway, because we were so passionate about the journaling, we were like, let's just start up a journaling program to teach everyone what we've learned. And within 4 weeks of setting up the business, we had 40 clients from around the world. And
Wow.
We were like, this is clearly like what we were supposed to be doing. And we just literally just went with it. So we did the program, and then we just literally just started getting clients after clients. But at that point, we were still teaching. So it was like, we knew we were supposed to be doing the business, but we were still teaching. So it was kind of like that leap going from like having the stability, having the full-time income and a teacher salary. I had a leadership role. Candice had her own business, like teaching in schools. And it was just literally from there that we were like, we want more. And then we really started to notice the types of clients we were attracting. And it tended to be female entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs, and people that generally wanted to use their gift within business. So that leads on to your next question, which is, what is our mission? Our mission is to support and empower female entrepreneurs to create abundance and success, but using the law of attraction. So it's a very different approach that we use. So we don't agree with hustling. We don't agree with hard work. We don't believe in pushing yourself through resistance in business. We believe quite the opposite. So we believe that the law of attraction should allow you to think. This is leading on to the next question as well, giving you an understanding of your higher self. We work quite closely with our higher selves, connecting with our healing journey, and then also business strategy. So we give people the skills that they need to start up a business. So like their website, accounts, how to do their social media. So it's kind of bringing the spirituality and then the business strategy and all combined together as one. And that is the LOA Twins mission.
I love that. And I love the fact that when we get these little hints with inspired action, that most of the time it's so simple.
Yeah.
So for those in our audience who are new to the whole manifestation, law of attraction, let's start with explaining what is the law of attraction.
So most people, when you say law of attraction, they immediately think The Secret. Like that's the book that everybody has read, which I think is about 10 years old now. And we do agree and believe in aspects of The Secret. But we have really started to take a different spin on the law of attraction. So we have worked with Olivia, Roxana and Raf, who are basically practicing some new insight with the law of attraction, which is more to do with addressing your fears as well. So previous insight would be through The Secret, through Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, is always to do with refocusing and redirecting your thoughts. And basically by focusing on what you want, you can therefore attract it and manifest it into your life. So for example, in your business, if you decided that you wanted to manifest 10k in a month, then the previous teachings would be that you could literally just think about it, meditate on it, and align to that happening. But previous insight and what we now practice is that that's not always possible, because what happens is when we have a desire or when we have something that we want to manifest, if there's fear attached to that manifestation or that thing that you want to get, like that 10k, if you've got a fear that links to that, it's often based on resistance. So it's not so possible. It might be possible, but it's going to be more difficult and take longer for it to manifest. So our practices literally help you to, one, heal, and to really get down, dig deep to what your core beliefs are, which often come from childhood and are also often subconscious. So we don't even know they're going on. They're literally like they're there, they've affected our whole life. So we are able to, one, help people to identify their core beliefs and to release them, which is the biggest part of it, like a weight off your shoulders. The second part is connecting with your higher self. So we are able to teach people how to connect. And for some people, it's not so easy. So we allow people to firstly understand how to connect, then to understand how to get information from their higher selves, and thirdly, how to translate accurately. So we are all able to connect with our higher selves, but what happens is when we have these fears in place, it's harder to distinguish between what is your higher self and what's your ego. So we help people to be able to identify what's what. And then lastly, adding that to the business strategy, it gives a whole kind of holistic approach to financial freedom and having a business which actually links to what your desires are and what you actually came here to do in your life purpose. So I hope that's answered it.
Yes, that's perfect. And I cannot agree more with the subconscious holding on to issues, because that's a big part of what I do, is helping women to resolve all the emotional baggage and that comes from trauma, especially in their childhoods, because they think, oh, well, it happened 20 years ago, it's not going to affect me now.
Yeah.
Sorry, unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, completely agree. And I guess the biggest thing for us is we've had to go through this process. So everything that we coach in our business, we have been through ourselves, and we've been on a huge awakening journey over the past year. which allows us to guide people from a place of love, but also from a place of we get it and we understand it. And it's still possible to have that amazing business, even though there's stuff going on and you're healing yourself, which I think some people feel like they have to be fully fixed to start a business. And we believe that the whole process it's kind of part of your journey to having that amazing business.
Yes. And I am a living testimony to that, because if I hadn't experienced the traumatic events from my past, I wouldn't be doing this work. It all led up to that life purpose. So this all resonates so perfectly with me and my
I also felt like with the being two of us as well, there's double the experience, and which is double the knowledge and understanding, and also that then feeds into our clients. So even though sometimes the trauma and the bad stuff, should we say, feels so horrible, actually when you can help people to use that to become what they are and who they are, it's just amazing when you can use it to your advantage, which is a kind of a positive way of looking at it and feeling it as well.
Yeah, I call that the pain to purpose path, turning those painful experiences into something that benefits others and serves others.
Yeah.
So how can beginners start to manifest consciously? Because there's so much advice and noise, especially on social media, and that's one of the things that I get asked a lot from my clients once we've dealt with the emotional things, is they say, okay, now I have all these dreams and goals, but how do I do it?
So we feel like we've been chosen, really, because although all the fear stuff and the releasing process can be quite painful, we actually believe that you can do it in a light-hearted way and a fun way. So even though you are going through the releasing process, we try to make it quite vibrant and up like kind of just upbeat. Fun. Upbeat, that was the word. So if for anyone really that we kind of come into contact with, we always play a little game. So we call it the manifesting game. So this is really just to encourage people to see the difference between something that's light-hearted and something that's really, really serious, or something that you really, really desire. And actually there isn't a difference, it's the same. So what we do is we get our clients to choose an animal. So it could be any animal. So we're going to get you to do this. So you can pick an animal.
I have always loved tigers.
There we go. And those of you watching can also do the same. So if you choose an animal, and then what we do is we get you to choose it. We get you to pick an unusual colour for it. So let's say it's a
like
orange
purple
monkey.
Or so purple tiger.
Yeah.
Purple tiger.
So, purple tiger. So you will manifest this purple tiger in the next few days or hours or moments.
Okay.
So this starts to gain your trust and your belief behind actually this can happen. And with manifesting, what can happen is we focus on that thing that we really, really want and need. And then that actually builds a resistance to it. And then that, like Tisha said, can then make it not happen as quick as we want it to. So by playing this game of just choosing something that's so just random and upbeat and light-hearted, it then encourages the feeling inside you to feel like, okay, this is quite possible. So then what we find is that people do this within minutes or sometimes hours, or sometimes it takes a little bit longer. So the quicker that it happens, the least resistance that you've got to that thing that you're intending to manifest. So then when you've then received it, you've then got your evidence. So that's like, okay, this actually works. And actually that's sometimes a block with people even believing in the law of attraction, because they're like, well, is it even real? So by doing this game, it kind of it provides the evidence that it does happen and it can happen, but it also then starts a process of you being able to actually ask for more. So it's actually in the asking that you receive. So then once you've done that, we then up level the asking. So it could then work up to, let's say, 100k. And then by then, if you have the same intention and the same kind of no resistance to that 100k, you will manifest that, because it's the same thing and it's just the energy. So that's kind of a little game really for our beginners, which it kind of makes it just fun. And then when people see it and they find it, they're just so excited. They're like, oh my God. And that energy of, oh my God, like I can do it. This is it. That feeling inside is alignment to whatever it is that you're asking for. So yeah, the game is something that we play with, and we generally do feel like we are here to make manifesting fun and make the energy attainable for everybody in the world. And it's not there's no secret to it. There's no difference between any of us. We're all the same. It's just the energy and the intention behind the asking. So that's the game. So we'll wonder how long it's going to take you to manifest your purple.
My purple tiger. Well, I'm definitely, when this interview goes live, I'm going to put my answer, how long it took, underneath.
Yay!
So that everyone can see how that went for me. But I love that, and that you bring that fun into it, because that is, people have these desires, but part of the problem is that they're actually their main block, or their own obstacle.
Yeah.
So what is the biggest mistake that you see beginners make when trying to use the law of attraction?
Yeah, so one of the biggest mistakes, I would say, well, we've got two. I had one and then another one's just popped in my head now, which is that people think that they can just read a book and then they can, say for example, read The Secret and then just be positive and everything's going to happen. And it's not going to work like that. Like you have to give it time. But the biggest mistake is that people don't take inspired action. So it's like, I want to manifest $1 million, but I don't want to do anything to actually get there. Or it's like, I want to manifest like 10 clients this month, but I'm just going to sit and meditate for 2 hours a day and it's going to come. And it's like, you've got to do a few bits of work to get there. So I'd say the biggest mistake, and I feel what we do within our business, is to help people to see that, yes, you might have an amazing gift and you might have a really strong desire to have that 10 clients, but you've got to take some little baby steps to get there, because otherwise it's like you're not moving. So it's like we look at it like baby steps. Or if you've, like, for example, if you've got a cliff and you need to get to the other side, you've got to create like a bit of a rope to get across. Like you can just run and leap and you're probably just going to fall down and drop. So it's like putting into place little bits of little strategies and inspired action within your business. So it could be like that little phone call, could be that like reaching out to someone that you thought you'd like to collaborate with. It could be that you've already got clients. Like a lot of people come to us and we say to them, like, we're sure that you've already got clients who you could be like chatting to and connecting with. But what stops people is fear, because the core fear is like often what we come across is, I'm not good enough. So because they've got that core fear, it's like they're not going to take the inspired action to reach out to someone, because they're worried that they're going to say no, which will then confirm their core belief of not being good enough. It might be, for example, that they need to go on their social media more, but their core belief is not being good enough. So they're too frightened to go on and even speak or to post any pictures of themselves, which notice quite a lot with spiritual entrepreneurs can happen, but other entrepreneurs as well. It's like they don't want to put pictures of themselves out there because their core belief is not good enough. So we help people to break down the fear, which then allows them to basically just soar in business. So yeah, the biggest mistake would be not taking inspired action.
Yeah. And that's something that I see quite a lot as well. When I help female entrepreneurs now start building their business and life that they desire, is often will be like visibility issues. And it's in that subconscious belief thinking, oh, that's not safe for me, I'm not good enough, and all of that, you know. So, and talking about the inspired action, when I was deciding who I was going to invite to participate in the summit, and I mean, we didn't know each other beforehand. It's not like we've known each other for years or have worked together or anything like that. And there's so many law of attraction coaches available today. I had that inspired hit, the LOA Twins. And I mean, they just received that little message from me, like, I know you don't know me, but, and here we are today.
And then it is good. It is like you said, you've had inspired action. It's like within our, like, we get a lot of people reaching out to us and saying, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? So I guess like it's being aligned to the decisions as well. Like we wanted to align to whether this was the right thing for us to do. And we do that with all of our events. So I guess teaching people that it is okay to say no as well. And being sure and confident in, like, as soon as we jumped on a call together, I was like, this is amazing, yeah, I feel really aligned to you. And we just knew it was the right thing. Without even speaking to Candice, I knew she was going to want to get involved in it as well. So I guess it's like making aligned decisions is really important.
Yes. So something that I specifically want to know is, do you both use the same manifestation process or techniques?
No.
Tell me more.
And this caused some arguments in the beginning of the business.
So we think very, very different. And at the start, because we are twins, we were like, we're the LOA twins, we should do and think and feel exactly the same. And making our way through the business into the first 6 months, really, there was resistance between the both of us. And looking back, it is quite funny. So our minds are very different. So I'm left-handed and Tisha's right-handed.
Okay.
So our skill sets and the way our minds work are almost opposites, really. And it at times it was very conflicting, because the mission is exactly the same, but we get there very differently. And this is something we really coach with the law of attraction as well, is that there's no set blueprint. There's no you do this, this and that, and then you get the desire. It's really working through different processes and creating your own in order to understand how to attract that desire into your life. So just to describe myself, and I'll let Tisha describe herself. So my mindset is, with manifesting, is I'm very results based. So I like to set a goal and I love to achieve it. So let's say it's 2 clients. I will focus and hold the energy of those 2 clients and the feeling that would feel like to be working and helping people within their business to have that abundance. So I will hold that energy on those 2 clients, and I'm not able to kind of drift away from that until it's been achieved.
Okay.
And I find it difficult to manifest when my energy isn't focused on, it doesn't have to be one thing. I'd say maximum is 3 things. Really holding that energy, and then once it's manifested, then I'm able to move on to the next thing. And actually, when I'm kind of pulled away from that focus, at times I found it quite frustrating, because I would want to just do that, and then it was almost because we were trying to be the same. I couldn't really understand why Tisha was getting to the same thing but very differently. So I would use things like journaling is my power tool, and then meditating, like, I found it really difficult. I do both now, But at the beginning of the business, it was literally just in the journaling, focus on those two things. And actually, to be fair, all of the things at the start of journaling did manifest, like the online business, it did happen. But I suppose for me, it's more holding of that energy and trusting that is going to happen. And Tisha, you can say your process, which is slightly different.
Yeah, so we realised that it's like we're aiming for the same destination, but in two completely different ways. And I feel like I'll explain what I'm like in a minute, but before we go into that, we've almost taken on different roles within the business. Yeah. So Candice is very much project manager, so she manages the team, she organises everyone, she tells me what to do, she gets the calendar done, she gets the accounts done. She tells me to look at the accounts, and I'm like, no, I am not looking at it. I can't look at it. And just tell me how much we've made and how much we need. That's fine. And I'm very much the process. So I'm very much, does this feel right though? Are we aligned to it? Is this energetically right for us? And especially like with me, I am very, use the law of balance a lot. So it's like almost like creating that balance within the process and enjoying the process of manifesting those two clients is so much more important to me than actually getting them two clients, because it's like I just like indulge in the process and just love to my approach is very much the visionary of the business and with our clients as well. So I'm able to picture what's going to happen over the year. And same for the clients, I can visualize their business and the model of their business. And within ours, it's very much that I want to see the bigger picture. So I want to see, I can't just focus on one thing. I want to see, okay, so we're going to start with that program, and then it's building up to that one, and then next year we're doing that, and the year after.
And I'm like, no.
And this is like, just don't tell me about it. Just don't tell me about it. So she doesn't realise, but I've actually got the next year planned out as a vision of what's happening in our business. But until we actually get past the book launch, I'm not allowed to tell her. Like, I can still go through the process and get excited. And sometimes I'll send her like pictures or be like, oh, what about this? And she's like, rein her in.
I suppose what we've learned to do is really blend both of our skills together to make one coach. So it's like two mindsets into one, which we believe our clients need. Like we said before, you can sit there meditating about having this dream business, but if there's no action and there's no strategy, then it's going to take you so long to get there. Like, it will take you a lot longer than if you're able to actually meditate and do the steps. And again, with the strategy, it's not about just doing strategy and feeling the need to just do everything that you can and go on your social media and post because you have to post. It's about being able to find the aligned strategy behind everything that you're doing in your business. So although it is results based, it's also, there's an alignment to that result, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So it's very about holding that vision, but also holding the alignment to it as well, and also blending together, and also understanding each other's qualities and how they actually amplify who we are. So by having Tisha in the business and doing all this visionary stuff, that then supports me. And then also when Tisha's not feeling that she wants to look at things and she doesn't want to hold that energy, actually the holding at times is really needed. So it actually propels the business to abundance, which is what everybody should have.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Tisha, do you also journal and meditate, or do you do something different?
I meditate every day. I don't journal every day, but I tend to use my my rituals are like going out for a walk, going to do yoga class. So my rituals are very much being out in nature, and which people find funny because they're like, you two are just so glam, like it doesn't seem right that you go to walk in fields. It's like I think we did a post last week, and I was out in a field and someone was like, that's the most serious post we've ever seen you do, and I was like, wasn't even aware of it. I don't really share it. But yeah, just being out in, like, we've both got dogs, so like being out walking the dogs, and we are glamorous girls, so we like to go out and meet friends, we like to have cocktails, we like shopping, so it's like we're not like the average woo-woo girls, we're we're kind of a combination of both, so we can be woo-woo, but we can also be like very, very, should we say, normal.
I love that. So how do you use the law of attraction together with business strategy?
So it kind of is similar to our skill set. So because I am more, we'd say more strategy, and Tisha is more law of attraction creative, but we are both a bit of both. We blend those together within the business. So we have both aspects within the business in order for us to be successful in this business. And we believe by not having all of them in your business, it makes it harder. So we really support people to understand that it's so important to have both and all aspects within your business in order to achieve what you want to achieve, but also be so connected to yourself. Yeah. And also being able to have these visions and understanding that there's a process in order to get there. But again, that process will be very different for each person. So again, with the higher self, it's being able to actually connect to your mission and your purpose in order to access what that actually looks like. And at the start, we would have never predicted that this would have been the way it is, because we were trying to be law of attraction. We were trying to be that with the law of attraction, you don't need strategy. And actually for us, we were finding it very difficult to sustain the business without having any business kind of formula or strategy in place. So being able to actually apply that to ourselves and seeing how successful we've become, this is what we help other people to do. So it's about using the both of them between both of our skill sets. So like our one-to-one coaching, twin-to-one coaching, initially it was set out that it would be both of us on the screen, like with you. And again, because our skill sets are very, very different, it was very difficult to coach two people on-to-one, because it was the same thing but almost slightly conflicting. So now what we do is we have the feel to what that client will need this week. So it may be that they need support with gaining some logic or some organisation in the business. So it'd be like, okay, Candice will do that one. Yeah. Or it might be that she needs help with visionary or a bit of healing work. So we'll be like, okay, we're feeling that the client may need Tisha this week. So Tisha will do it. And that is how we create a bespoke program for our clients. We feel into what they need and then deliver the twin that's required to do the work. and it literally just changed week by week. And sometimes it's not even that we are planning it, it's just that I'm unavailable on that day and Tisha's available, so Tisha will do it, and Tisha will be like, oh yeah, I really needed that session with so and so today. And then that's how it works, and it works.
Okay.
Yeah, it just does work.
I love that. So what is your opinion on getting clients? Because there is so much noise on social media and everyone has an opinion about this.
Yeah. So we don't believe in getting clients, we believe in attracting clients. And if we go back to like our first program, I think we were charging £30, something like that, for our first group program, which is crazy. But we were able to attract 40 clients from worldwide. Like that just doesn't happen. Like we had Canada, America, like within 4 weeks of setting up the business. So it's really to do with you setting a desire but setting the desire from a place of love, not fear. So when you set a desire and you set out that you want to get 20 clients because you really need money to pay your bills this month, that's coming from a lack that you haven't got enough money. So really you want to be attracting clients from a place of somewhere that feels comfortable to you. So when you set the desire of how many clients you want, that really needs to make you feel excited. And if it doesn't make you feel excited, then we would ask you to, first of all, maybe drop the number. But then even sometimes we're dropping the number, it's not to do with the amount of clients or the money, it's to do with the fear. So that is where we start to work deeper on what the core fear is and what the core belief is that is stopping them from, the limiting belief that's stopping them from actually attracting the clients. And we believe that the clients that we get are often similar to us, which is a hard one to swallow sometimes, because it's like, the call I go on, all they keep saying is, oh yeah, I really like the information and I really like it, but I haven't got the money.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so they're saying that and you're getting annoyed about it. When you go on a call with another coach or to sign up with a program, usually what happens with the person who's saying this does exactly the same. It's really annoying. And we did it before, like we were like, no, we don't want to do a photo shoot because we'll just do a cheap one because we can't really afford it. And then when we started to realize that, it was like, no, we can afford it. It's a fear and it's a belief, it's a limiting belief that you can't. And when you start to release the fear, you then start literally soaring, because you're then you've kind of let that go, and you therefore then attracting people that are like, maybe, oh, okay, I'll go away and think about it and come back to you. And then once you get past that belief, it's like you start signing up for things because you know you can manifest it. Your clients do the same. So a top tip would be to go within and see what you're actually doing when you go to a program or you go into a shop and you see something that you like and you have got enough money in your bank but you don't want to buy it, because you're holding on to that money in fear that it's all going to go and you're never going to have any more. So yeah, that would be our top tip for attracting clients.
Yeah, and that really resonates with me as well, because I teach my clients, the ones that we do the business coaching with, that it's very hypocritical to expect your clients to do what you're not willing to do yourself.
Yeah.
Because they mirror us. They will come and teach us our most valuable lessons because they hold up that mirror to ourselves, and sometimes you don't like what you see in that mirror.
Really annoying.
So what is your advice on overcoming money blocks? Because when I find people, when they start this journey of consciously creating, for a lot of people, money is the first thing that they want to attract and create. And
so what we know is that often the fear shows up in money first. So let's say it's a fear of not having enough money. So I really want to have coaching with you, but I just can't afford it. So the lack shows up in money, but actually it's a lot deeper than that. So once you're able to understand why you've even got that lack, so where is that all where's it come from, and has it always been there? And those are the first questions that we ask our clients is, what is this about? Because money is just energy. That's all it is. So there's no difference between the signing up for a coach to manifesting the purple tiger. It's exactly the same, but your connection to that is usually resistance. So it's about going deeper to what it is about, but also not just going deeper, understanding it, and then being able to release that. So what we see with our clients is this can often happen really quickly. So with one particular person, she committed to a group program and she manifested the money for that. And then she was like, I really want to do your twin-to-one coaching, which is obviously our higher end coaching, which is one-to-one, twin-to-one. And we jumped on a call, and she was like, I just want to do it. I know I want to do it, but I haven't got the money. So going through the process of actually unpicking what it was about, within 24 hours, she manifested 4K, because she was actually able to release what it was that was blocking her. I wouldn't want to talk about on here, but it was something related to something that had been reoccurring in her life for many, many years. But also it had nothing to do with money. So what we know is that it shows up in money, but usually it's a lot of other fears that are linked to that thing, which reoccur. And the most obvious thing is money, because everybody wants money, and everyone needs it to pay their bills. So the resistance with money is a huge global thing. Like, most people have got it, whether it's holding on to the fear of losing it, not being able to save, and all these things. Majority say it was, I don't know what the percentage is, but it's probably about 80%. Even thinking about like people that have lots of money, they're in fear of not having it. So I suppose with our top tip, it's actually going deeper within and working out where it's came from, how you can release it, but also the repeated story, the thing that you keep telling yourself and what that's about, and exploring that. And again, there's not one answer for every person. It will be individualized to each person. So it's kind of a process to go through, and it's not a quick fix. It's not like, well, it can be a quick fix if you're able to get to it quickly and release it. But sometimes for some people it takes a bit longer. But when you are able to understand it and actually just see that it is just money, it is just like manifesting an unusual coloured animal. It's exactly the same. So yeah, I love money.
Yeah, so do I. I totally agree with that analogy, because that's something that I see in my practice a lot as well, is that the childhood conditioning often plays such a big role.
Yeah.
If they grew up in scarcity, or if they grew up with parents who for some reason had the money story that they had to spend all of their money so they could make money but not keep it, or that they could never just have what they wanted, and how it plays out in their lives, because the subconscious has now taken on that belief. Once your subconscious mind has held on to something, it's going to provide you with evidence. You know, so that really,
and sometimes it's that you don't even know, like it's something that's locked. So it's like a subconscious lock where it's been closed off for so long, and it's almost just become reality. And seeing people release that and understand it is the most abundant thing ever. Like, to help people just to be abundant and understand like it's possible, that's the biggest and best feeling ever, to just see them release it, and so powerful for them.
Yes.
I was going to add as well, like in our business, like because we went through that process and have gone through that process of releasing, we have literally seen our abundance within the business in terms of finances literally soar, because it's like that was the only thing that was holding us back. But it doesn't stop there. When you get there, it's like there's still more work to do. Which we'll talk about later on with the vibration thing. But it's like it's not a end destination. It's literally like we describe it as like you being in with a glass roof, and it's like you crack through that one and you get through, and then it's like you've still got to keep going to get up right to the top. So it's like a continued process, rather than it being, I'm just going to release it and then I'll be fine and I'll get to the abundance that I desire.
Yes. I always use the analogy of an onion. You know, you've taken off that one layer to get your next level, and then there's the next one, because and that's, I always say it's the journey. It's not a sprint. It's the marathon of getting to the with each time you go to the next level, there's going to be something else, because that's how it works. People think that, okay, this whole inner work and self-development. It's something that I'm going to do once and then I'm going to claim the prize.
Yeah.
If only like that.
Nice.
I recently had a client a coach, and what came up for her is that she couldn't sign up people for her one of her higher end programs. And it turns out that she's never even spent that amount of money for anything herself.
Yeah.
Her,
Yeah.
I think this is a coincidence, because I don't. It's like, really, you haven't spent more than $500 on yourself before for anything, and now you spend $3,500. Lead by example, my darling.
And often the universe wants you to do the opposite. So logical thinking would be, I get enough money and then I do that. When actually the universe wants you to make a decision about something and set the intention, and then the abundance follows. So it's actually flipping your norm of what you would usually do and doing the opposite. And that's when it's like, okay, the intention's there, so here you go, have the 10k or have that. And it's scary as well for a lot of people to even think about doing that, because it's like you want something but you're not wanting to in some places to commit to that. And with being a coach, you almost you have to practice what you preach and do what you want to receive. So it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing is, once she moved past her own limit like that, it all opened up, and she's like, now I get it. So tell us about the book that you two
want to see it?
Yes, I would love to see it.
Because it's an author's copy, it's got like a strip across the front, but we'll give you a sneaky peek.
Oh, that's a gorgeous cover. In Two Minds. What a wonderful title. I love that.
So the title's actually got 3 meanings, which we only received this last week through our higher selves. Is the first meaning is it's in the minds of us both, so in two minds. The second one is that we also work and connect with our higher selves. So my higher self is called Maine, who I receive guidance through, and Candice is called Anais, which she shortens it to an A. And so it's also like us and then with our higher self in two minds. And then lastly is that with the manifesting process, it can make you feel like you're in two minds, because it's like, you know what your desire is, you know what your heart really wants, but you've almost got like the ego like pulling you back, and these things that kind of distract you from achieving the desire. So the book was written in 21 days. Wow. And we wrote the book, we finished it off last year when we went on holiday at Christmas in the Caribbean. And it is a guide to manifesting your heart sparkling desires. So it's not just a book in terms of knowledge, because you could get that from any LOA book. What we really wanted the book to be was to be able to guide people on the how, and to actually give them strategies to start applying it. And we realised that with the law of attraction and also other knowledge based research, is that what can tend to happen is you read a book and then you just want it to happen. And it's like you have to go through a process. It's a learning journey. I guess this is our teaching background. It's like you can give a child the knowledge, but then what you actually want to do is you want them to understand the knowledge. So you're going to give them some strategies to start playing around with the information. And then from there, it's like, okay, so now you can go and apply it to your life and make it your own. And then from there, it's like, now you can really start to create your own stuff around the law of attraction and deliver that to your clients. So what the book is we see it as like a ripple effect. So we hope that through the book, we actually create, like we are already doing with our clients, is that we teach people what we do, and then they go on and teach and teach and teach. So we had like this visualization of like a pool with us in the center and just literally ripples moving out. So it's like what we teach, we hope and want people to use it, because that's where you actually start to manifest more, when you start to apply it to your own life, but also sparkly and fun. And but also to say, like with the book, I think we've shared a few of the quotes so far, and people have been really surprised, because they're like, you're the LOA twins, you're always smiling, like you're always happy, you've got it all together. So I think the book will be really good for people to see that actually there's been stuff going on, and the background work, like we described as two swans, like we look happy and everything's all together, but underneath there's been a lot of work going on. So I feel like the book, people will actually get to see that the law of attraction and the LOA twins isn't just about sitting there and meditating and doing some journaling. It's about like the stuff that goes on in the background, and some of the stuff in the letting go process, like decluttering, letting go of people, making huge changes in your life, which aren't easy. And I feel like the book kind of shows the uncomfortable stages of manifesting as well, because it shouldn't be easy. If it's easy, everybody would be at the £1 million by now. So it's about like understanding the process and being willing to commit to that feeling of not being comfortable. So yeah.
I love that. I always say that the best strategy on the planet is useless without implementation.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm excited to get my hands on that.
Yay! We'll sign one for you.
Yeah, we'll sign one. The book will be available on Amazon as well. So
perfect. So I also heard that you've brought out a journal. Tell me a bit about that.
Yeah, we've got a journal. Would you like to see it?
Yes, I would.
Ooh. You can't see the name on there, but it's Rise and Sparkle. Cool.
Really nice. The branding is so beautiful.
Thank you. So we've got a bit of a story about the journal. Would you like to hear it?
I would love to hear it.
So we posted on our Facebook group, this week to say that something about the book and the journal are going to be launched soon. And somebody commented underneath to say, I bought your journal yesterday and it's so amazing. And we were like, what? And we literally went to hit panic and was like, what's going on? And went to Amazon and it was available to buy. So Amazon, as soon as you upload it and they approve it, they put it straight onto Amazon, which we didn't have no idea about. So this lady had obviously been searching for our journal to come out, and she'd gone on there, bought it, and then had a copy of it before we even had a copy of ours. So ours has got a line across it because it's the author's copy. So she was able to get the very first copy in the world. And then we went on there and unpublished it. So what's quite funny is that so many people are trying to buy it. Like we keep getting screenshots of people saying like it's unavailable.
And then she's there like that with the journal. She's like
a wonderful example of manifestation.
So the universe just wanted her to have that journal. So it will be out at the same time as the book. It's a 90-day journaling experience, which also includes checklists, which help you to not only feel your desire, but also start to acknowledge the things that are already showing up in your life right now. So let's say the purple tiger that you wanted to manifest. Let's say you manifest it this afternoon. You'd then be able to log it in the journal. So by the end of the 90 days, you'll have a journal full of lovely writing and desires, and also your evidence, and there's a few other things within it which will help you to actually see that you're already creating abundance and you already have abundance and an amazing life right now. And it's quite amazing when you read back your journal after so many days, because you actually see that actually it's already starting to manifest. and it creates the feeling of it already existing in your life, which is the most important thing, really. So rather than thinking, I want that, or I wish this would happen, you actually start to embody and feel like it already is here. And that's the quickest way to manifestation. So we created this with the love, really, to help people to create that reality every day, and also be able to document the experiences and the things that people want, because quite often people don't even know what they want. They don't know, they know they want to be happy and they know they want freedom, but they don't actually know what that looks like in reality. So this journal helps people to actually see that, feel that, and know that, and know, okay, this is actually what I wanted, and this is actually what it would look like on a day-to-day basis. So that's a journal, really, and we're so proud of like everything that we've achieved. Like, this is in a year, and we're just grateful that this is going to help people, and help people to understand manifesting and introduce it into their lives on a daily basis. So it's something that will continue and grow, and just really exciting.
It's really amazing what you two have created in such a short amount of time.
Thank you.
To my
that's all to do with having the vision, you see, in the back.
Yeah. I think the strategy also played maybe a little role in that.
Yeah, I don't do Amazon.
A little bit.
Ignore any emails to do with Amazon or anything like that.
So, can you two please tell me about your morning routines? Because I'm sure there's going to be some differences there as well.
Yeah, so my morning routine is really journaling. And I suppose at the start, I felt like it was really, I must do the journaling every day. And if I don't do it, then I've done a really bad thing and I've let myself down. And actually moving on from that, I feel it is important every day, but it's really important to be doing it from a place where this is feeling good, and it's feeling good writing. And that's why it's really important to be able to write about the things that make you feel good, because if you're connecting to that every day, you're connecting to that feeling good every day, which everybody should have. So personally, I feel like journaling was the power tool for me. It was the thing what I was able to really connect to and also enjoy. And then meditating, I do like meditating, but I wouldn't do that every day. But then now I'm doing meditating every day. So it's like, again, it changes. There's no set thing. And it's okay if you want to do a week of journaling and then a week of meditation. So I feel like mine's more journaling, but then I'm slowly starting to introduce other things. But the most important thing is that you're able to connect every day, whatever way that is for you, and doing something, connecting, and just really just being and feeling like it's improving and life's improving.
I love that, the feeling of connection every day.
Yeah.
And what does yours look like?
Mine is waking up naturally. Love waking up naturally, like without an alarm. Actually, I had to put my alarm on today to do this, and I didn't like it.
Out of alignment.
That was made me out of alignment. So waking up naturally. The first thing I do is feed all the animals. And then I always get a coffee, have a coffee first thing in the morning. I do a meditation to connect, so similar to Candice, to connect with my higher self. And my morning routine is now the social media. So I absolutely love social media and using it as a way of sharing messages through my higher self. So I will do things like poems that come through from my higher self. I will just have random messages for things that we need to share with the world. So the social media, sometimes within business, people see it's being something separate. I kind of use the social media as a way of journaling like the process. So like it's not anything really sparkly, to be honest. It's just having a read, it's planning for the day. It might even just be sitting there daydreaming. Like it doesn't have to be doing something. Like it could just be just sitting there with your coffee. And even like yesterday, it was weird because I had my coffee and then I saw like the bit in the coffee when you stir it and it spins. Like it brought back like a memory from my nan, as she always used to say, like the bigger the bubble in the middle, the more abundance of money you're going to get. So it's like sharing that with the group, and it's like it's not a set ritual. It's just feeling into what you want to do. And I feel that that's where you start to really connect with yourself, when you're not feeling like you've got to follow someone else's ritual and blueprint to what they do. It's like what makes you feel good. And hopefully with people seeing that we're identical twins and we do things completely different, people will start to understand that it's what feels good to you, and doing something that makes you feel good in the morning. I do yoga. That really, really helps me to connect and breathe. So it's what makes you feel good would be the question to help you to think about what you should be doing in the morning. And people that have got children and things like that, it's like if you can't do it in the morning, find a special 5 minutes in the day where you can do it. Because sometimes morning rituals aren't possible, especially like when we were both teaching full time. It's like you can't commit to that every morning, and then you create a frustration around not being able to do it, which then goes in a cycle and you don't do it, and it starts to create the fear. So it's like just find 5 minutes per day. We call it the sparkle hour. Over a week, if you can do an hour's worth of stuff for yourself, go to the shop and buy yourself some flowers, just spend 5 minutes just sitting there and just breathing, have a cup of tea, just committing to an hour over the whole week, which is just for you, can really help you to not feel that you've got to have a rigid ritual, which often comes from a place of fear.
Yeah. So with the law of attraction and manifesting, consciously creating, whatever term people want to use for it, we all know that we have to feel gratitude and we have to feel good. But unfortunately, in real life, this is not the reality every day. What is one tip that you can give the audience to change their state if they feel down or low vibe?
Yeah.
Work with the LOA.
Work with it. So the recent knowledge and insight to the law of attraction, would love to just mention Olivia and Raf at Sana and their belief teachings, as they have influenced us so much, is that your vibration isn't, when you describe someone else, they're really, really high vibe, like they're a high vibe person, it's like they're not necessarily that. So use myself as an example. Everybody used to always think like she's all so positive and smiley, and I even thought that of myself. So there's two different vibrations. So we have a transitional vibration, which is what we give out. That is, for me, mine was 48. My score out of 100 was 48. But inside you have a core vibration, which is literally linked to any fears, any evidence regarding your core beliefs. And my core belief before was 22. So even though I looked and I even felt like I thought that I was high vibe, but I really believed that, it was almost like a mask. So it's like I could put on the mask and appear in front of a class full of children, and throughout the whole week that I am this high vibrational person. But what was actually going on inside was the complete opposite. It was so low, it was 22. So we are now able to we've been able to raise our vibration, and both of us have been doing that. It's about 3 to 4 months focus, but also what we're now able to do is teach people how to do that as well, so that people understand that it isn't just putting on that mask and smiling. It's actually a process of healing from within. and understanding where the fear and low vibration comes from, and then releasing it. And then that's where you literally, like, your vibration, like mine was quite slow to start off with, and there's been some really deep fears, but after and on the journey, my vibration continues to rise, and I guess at some point when I release some of my really deep ones, it will literally soar. So the aim is to be 100%, and mine was 22, so I feel like mine's around about 30-40 at the minute, it within core, but I feel like my transitional has increased as well. So the aim is that you're 100 in both, and that's where you're living from a place of joy, a place of love, and a place of like pure bliss, and it's freedom. And once you can do that, your business literally soars, because it's like, you are not separate to your business is you. So if you can get to the center of your business and what's in your heart and what you were supposed to do and what you love to do, that's where the abundance and success lies. So I hope that's explained it.
Yes. No, because I think that people get really panicky when they start, or they realize that they're not feeling great, and then they think, oh no, now this is going to make everything come to a crashing halt because I don't feel good, and now I'm going to attract awful things to myself, and go down the spiral there.
Yeah.
But the contrast, that's part of the process,
letting yourself have, like, our whole team has a Wednesday off. We call it Wellbeing Wednesday, and we've had people saying, but how, like, why? And it's like, we believe that if you are going through contrast, and if you're having a bad day, and if you're feeling fear, the worst thing that you can do is go on, try and do calls with clients. The worst thing that you can do is try and plan out a whole business with coming from a place of fear. So it's like, give yourself balance, give yourself time, let yourself feel that, release it, and then it's like, it's back to business again. So that's like what we do.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. So you two have very kindly given our audience a free gift. Can you please tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, so we are offering every gorgeous soul watching, a Rise and Sparkle journaling tutorial. So if you do want to purchase the journal, you can purchase it on Amazon, but the tutorial will go with this. So it will be able to explain how the journaling works in a lot more detail than what we discussed today. So I think it's 5 top tips, and it will support the journal. And you don't have to buy the journal, you can just do it on a bit of paper or in a notebook, but it is a lovely step-by-step tutorial to how to journal the LOA Twin way, and what sort of things you should be kind of feeling and thinking when you're going about doing it, because it's so important that it's done in a way that isn't fear-based. It's done from a place of love. So that's what we will help you with, and you can access that via our website now. And if you go to the Rise and Sparkle Journaling tutorial, it will take you straight through to our Facebook group, and we will approve you in there, and it's available in there via a video live via Facebook. So that's what we are offering.
Perfect. I love that. And then we'll also have an offer for the viewers that actually buy the summit with all of the interviews. There's a bonus from each speaker. And tell us a bit about the bonus that you're giving to the people that buy the summit.
Yeah. So people that have bought it, amazing. We would like to offer you a twin consultation, which is 45 minutes long. You can book in, and this is really good in helping us to see where you're at in your life right now, and giving you some kind of tips in order to help you develop further with manifesting, and also to help you just to connect with us. So that would be on our website as well. So you can go to our website. If you book in a twin consultation, on the form, if you just mention that you are from this summit, we will then fast track your application. And yeah, it would be lovely to connect with you all. And it will also, we're not sure which twin it will be with. So like we said before, it's guided. So whatever twin's available on that day, or it might be both. Sometimes it's like, okay, we need to do this together. So that will all be added as well. So we'd love to connect with you, and yeah, that's how you can do that.
That's lovely. And I'm sure that would be a reason for someone to buy the summit in itself.
Yeah.
So if our audience wants to work with you, what programs do you currently have?
Okay, so we have, so the very first program, which I feel aligned to speak about first, is the Only Way is LOA. So we've done our spin on The Only Way is Essex, because that's no more, everyone in the UK will know what that is. And we believe that the only way is LOA. And we have a business formula which underpins this program. It's a group program, and we teach people to connect with their higher selves. We teach people to go through the healing process and releasing process. And then also we combine that with business strategy to help people to develop or start up a business which is around their life purpose. So if you've got a business which you've maybe got started but isn't really going anywhere, or you feel like you want to start developing it in a more focused way, then this program will, one, let you get rid of your fears and limiting beliefs, and two, start to come up with a business which really starts to connect with your truth. And on connecting with your truth, that's where the abundance and success and freedom lies. So that one is a group program. And then the second one is the Twin to One business coaching. So this is for female entrepreneurs who are ready to combine the law of attraction with their business. So possibly got a stronger business idea and already getting quite a consistent income in their business, but they now want to scale and start making more abundance and success. So as Candice talked about before, some of it is more business strategy, some of it is more energetic and healing work. So for example, this week we've had a client who has created their whole business model with us, but the week before she was doing releasing work, and we got to some of her core beliefs and helped her connect with her higher self. So it isn't a set module program, it's very much bespoke. And what we also really haven't mentioned is we are able to connect with other people's higher selves. So basically when they come on the call with us, we usually start with a meditation, and we are able to connect in with them. And that gives us the answers that we need. And also we have guidance from spirit and the angels as well. So they are often guiding us rather than it being a set blueprint. It's very much energetic based and connection with your higher self.
I love that. That sounds amazing. So you briefly mentioned your Facebook group. Tell us a bit more about that. There will also be a link underneath the video for anyone that wants to go and have a look at that. But what is it called? What kind of content do you put in there?
Yeah, so all of our social media platforms are called the same thing because it just made it easier for people to find us. But our Facebook group in particular is the place where you see the background stuff, you see the lives, the funny stuff, what we're wearing, stuff that's coming up in our business. And not only that, it's an amazing place for people to network and just be part of a tribe. And we just love that we have kind of attracted all these amazing people into our lives. So it's a place where we just love to connect and just to see what people are doing. And we are very active in our group. So we try to reply to every person's message. And obviously with there being two of us, that's a lot easier. So our Facebook group is a place where there's lives, but we also have our Instagram, where we have our Instagram stories, which are a little bit more lighthearted. Obviously you've got the boomerang and all of that going on, and also you've got channeled messages and stories from Maeve, which is Tisha's higher self. And again, then there's a website as well. So on all platforms we're available. Facebook, Instagram page.
Awesome. We very much like to share free things as well. So not everything to do with our business is part of a program. So we like to offer free tips. We've got some free modules on there as well. Shine More, Hustle Less was one of the recent ones, and we have Buy Felicia as well, which is a free module which we can access via our Facebook in the albums as well. So yeah, there's lots of stuff you can go on and see and get involved in, and we love to interact with our tribe. So it's like we have messages coming through all the time, and our tribe has got quite a good sense of humour, so we're always laughing and joking, especially on the lives. Like they make us laugh so much. So yeah, just interact with us. We love our tribe to connect rather than just watch. Like, get involved with what we're doing.
Love it. So what is the best business advice that you've ever received?
The best business advice would be connecting with our higher selves. So quite often with ourselves and a lot of our clients, we notice that they often seek external sources in order to find the answers. And actually, by going within, that is usually the most connected and the most powerful message that you can actually receive. So being able to connect and receive is really the best advice we've ever received. But also being able to connect to each other's as well, that's quite powerful as well. So actually bringing our higher selves together to create this. Yeah, they are funny.
Because our higher selves can connect with each other without us even knowing.
Cool.
So if we've got a decision to make, we can ask our higher selves to have a conversation with each other and come back to us. And because everybody assumes that we live together, and it's like, I know we're twins, but we don't even live in the same city. So yeah, the biggest business advice will be to go within and to learn to connect with your higher self, who is the most loving, purest person, and that is going to be the person who you are going to get the best advice from, which is aligned to you and also aligned to your truthful business journey. So yeah.
I love that. So if somebody is watching this and they know 100% that they want to work with you, what is the best way for them to reach out?
We'd say via our Facebook and social media. Mainly, I'd say the website, because we've got all the programs and also there's the consultation there as well. And if it's that you're not sure, but you know that you want to, because some of you might feel like you just want to connect, then just go and log in for a consultation, and then we can help you and guide you with which one would be most suited, and point you in the right direction to your desire.
Lovely. Thank you so much for taking the time for this conversation.
Thank you so much.
And can you let us know when you manifest your purple tiger?
I definitely will. I will. I'm now, my eyes are peeled. I'm waiting for that tiger to appear. All right. Thank you so much. This was wonderful. And I'm sure that everybody who has been wondering or had questions about this whole process, that they learned a lot today. So I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow for the next adventure. Bye.
Bye.